thought our guys did a really good job of trying to be physical without fouling. You got two guys that just are a load in Kawhi and James. I mean, they are a load there. They know all the tricks of the trade as well. And, to have a team take 19 free throws and defend the way that we defended, you applaud all our guys. OG obviously has a tough assignment every night, but he guarded Kawhi quite a bit tonight. He was fantastic, trying to be physical and challenging shots without fouling. McHale also guarded James Harden and did a heck of a job doing that. We even had a lot of other guys switch on to James. Jordan Clarkson guarded him for a little bit. And so to try to keep him off the free throw line throughout the course of the game like we did tonight while trying to have a physical presence was fantastic. I applaud all of our guys. Deuce ended up being a defensive player of the game. He had 3 or 4 deflections. Obviously, there was a size disadvantage with James, but he did a great job on James. You can't, you're not going to stop him. You just hope he misses some of those shots, and he did, but Juice tried to get up underneath him. So I just like our overall competitive spirit tonight throughout the course of the game. Even at halftime, we told our team, hey, man, you guys are competing. We might be down, but you're competing, and keep that up. And one of the telltale signs of it is, there were 4 50-50 balls or 4 loose balls, and our guys got on the ground and got after the loose balls. So we got all 4 of the 50-50 balls. So just a good team win by us all. And, we needed every single rebound, especially with them shooting 43.5%, every single rebound that we can get. And, Cat's a double-double machine. And so for him to get back on track and grab 11 rebounds tonight with 20 points, just a big night for him and the rest of us.
When you talk about the offense and the staples that you guys have gotten away from, to get back to them today and to stick with it, even though at the beginning of the game shots weren't going down the first and to a victory, what's the feeling as a head coach when that happens?
No, like I said, I applaud our guys because, we hit some adversity, and we could have gone this way, and another guy could have gone that way, and another guy could have gone that way. But, one of our standards is, hey, let's stay connected. And it's up to me and Kat and Jalen to keep the group uplifted and connected, as well as everybody else in that locker room. And you guys did a heck of a job, and we've been doing it for most of the year. And so it's not surprising when we do it. It's more surprising when we don't. But I have to make sure that I understand and I have some patience when we don't, because they're human and I'm human, and everybody's going to make mistakes or revert back. You just hope it's not for a long time. And when it happens, you're like, okay, that's who we are. And I feel that they feel pretty good about it too, because it just proves or shows that they're capable to play that way anytime they want.
What did you make of Jalen's first quarter, the way he handled it and got everybody involved?
No, it was great, and we have to keep moving the basketball. I mean, we had 31 assists on 47 made buckets, and that's fantastic to have 31 assists. But again, we're more than capable of it because all of our guys can pass, dribble, and shoot the basketball, and it showed tonight.
Mike, what do you think about? Can you talk a little bit more about Cat's fourth quarter? I think he had 9 points in the first 4 minutes and change, or 10 of his 20 in the fourth quarter, and just sort of when you guys were. Those 9 points is when you made it into a double-digit lead and started taking advantage of that.
Yeah, well, he's an explosive scorer, and starting with me, I got to continue to find ways to help him, like I got to help the rest of the team. But in the same breath, with him being an all-star, what I like about tonight is, he's an all-star, great level player, and those types of players impact the game. If we know he can score with the best, and sometimes he may not score. It's just how the game goes. But we know he can score with the best, so we know eventually he's going to get going in that area. But what I liked about him, he was impactful defensively. He rebounded, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and so the 9 points definitely helped. That's what he does, and he helped us create that separation by doing that. But I just don't want to belittle the fact that he did what all-stars do, what great players do. He found other ways throughout the course of the ball game to continue to help our team win. And, man, that's fantastic to see because he's more than capable as good as he is.
Mike elevated Miles into the starting lineup tonight. It felt like that had been building a little bit with what you've been talking about, both with physicality and then how he directly addresses that. Is that what you were looking for? How do you think he did with the starters, and what were you looking for with putting him with that group?
You know, he did a great job. What he does, obviously, the way he shoots the basketball, he gives everybody space. I mean, he has to be guarded. You know, you watch during the course of the game, they had Kawhi on him, and you know, who would have thunk if OG and Mikal and some of these other guys on the floor, Kawhi is matched up with Deuce, and it's because, you know, he can obviously shoot the ball. He shot it well tonight, and it helps create space for others. And then defensively, like you said, he's an extremely good on-ball defender, especially when it comes to the pick-and-roll game. He's strong, he's powerful, he's quick, and he's athletic, and he's a little longer than what you think. And so when that screen comes, he knows you 1-2 into the ball, get the shoulder and the hip over that ball, get the shoulder and the hip over that screen at the same time as the ball, and this way your opponent won't have an advantage in the pick and roll game, and he did a fantastic job with that tonight.
You talked about Yabusele tonight. He had 13 minutes, 8 rebounds, gave some points off the bench.
Yeah, Yabu was huge, you know, and the lineups that we faced warranted it. He was great defensively. He was aggressive. I love his aggressiveness, and you know, that's something that we've talked about a few times. If you're able to catch the ball and make a quick decision, snap drive it, as athletic as you are and strong as you are, go to dunk it. Go to dunk it. I don't care if you miss it, whatever, but go to dunk it because you're more than capable of turning that thing over on people. And he took it strong to the hole a couple of times, which in my opinion helped give him confidence, everybody else confidence. And then obviously when he was open, because he did other things, I thought he was in rhythm and he took great shots from the three-point line. But we need him to continue being aggressive if he can snap drive, especially at his size, attacking the rim with aggression. And then we need him to rebound. That's one of the big reasons why he's on the floor. So for him to get out there and help in that department, that was big.
Two more, maybe Mike and then Dave. Thank you, Gary.
Mike, as you're still a reasonably new coach for this team. Can you just cover more about your team when it's in the weeds like it's been the last couple of games, and how it responds tonight as opposed to running 7 out of 8?
100%. And you know, again, I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, but you know, when you go through what we went through, like for me, again, it's tough. Nobody wants to lose, but I embraced it because it helps me be better, and I felt our group embraced it. Like I said, the biggest thing is they stayed together, they stayed with it. But it also said, hey, Mike, these guys are trying to give you what they can give you, so it's your job to help the whole group. And as a head coach, and so that's what I tried to do. I tried to help them on both ends of the floor. We tweaked some stuff here, tweaked some stuff there. The guys responded fantastically, and and we went out. We got to win.
Mike, with the Miles McBride decision, was that based on the opponent, or did you just want to see that regardless of who you were facing tonight?
It was a combination of both. We felt that Deuce could match up with James because James, a lot of pick and rolls, and he's a great ISO player, and Deuce has got some quickness and some strength to him. Again, like you're not going to be able to stop him. So we felt that the matchups were there and in some areas, and then like I said, for us too, to start the game with a little bit of space. That's why we went that way.
Coach, any truth that you still refuse to collect the money from Ty for beating you in the shooting contest?
From Ty?
Yeah, Ty Lue.
Heck yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, I think Ty, you making $14 million this year? I think it was just $100. Who's here from the Clippers media? Please help me get my money.